everyone. I'm gonna wait for people to jump on here. I'm doing my hair up. I just booked for a long time due. So I'm gonna wait for people to jump on, give it about 1 more minute. And I'm gonna box some people, reminders. Okay, I see a couple people jumping on. So I'm gonna give it a couple more seconds. I gotta write something down here real quick. You can shoot me a text message when you jump on, because I want to know who all is on with us this evening. Okay. I'm going to give it about 30 more seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm getting some text now, so let's see here. Okay, Lindsay, you're on. Yay! All right, now more people are jumping on. Good, I see the number rising. Okay, well, my name is Brittany, and I am the sales director of our soon-to-be national area, the Bombshell National Area, so welcome. You are a bombshell because you are a part of this group, and we're so thankful for you taking time out of your evening to be on with us. And I have some really great training prepared for tonight, so I'm so thankful that you took the time to jump on. And I'm sorry for this hairdo. I just said this is I've been booking for the last little bit hairdo, and I got 5 appointments up on my date book tonight, so that's really exciting. But I want to talk to you about a couple of really cool things. The first thing I want to tell you about is today, Lindsay and I had an amazing experience. We were asked to be a part of a focus group for Mary Kay, and we got to go to a beautiful hotel conference room. And when we went to this conference room, we were asked our opinion about Mary Kay and just some different things that we could be doing in the future to help promote new consultants, to help new consultants move out the career path, to help the company, to help with the educational piece of Mary Kay. We were asked information about a starter kit, what we thought were great things to be in a starter kit, and given some inside scoop. And so I just want to tell you, being a sales director is totally where it's at. Honestly, guys, I can't think of a better time than now to be a sales director, but it's just so cool that we have the inside scoop, and that we're able to impact the company and the decisions that they make. And so that's because of your hard work that Lindsay and I were able to represent you, because they wouldn't want our opinions if we didn't have people out in the workforce selling, if we didn't have people who were holding parties, if we didn't have people who were recruiting team members, etc. So thank you. Because of you, we got that opportunity, and we got this really fun gift from the company too. Anytime you do anything for them, they give you a fun gift, and there's some free products inside of there, which is really cool. And so I just encourage you to be a part of that. But thank you also for allowing us and being so excellent that you have allowed us the opportunity to go share. And the better and bigger we get, the more of that sharing we get to do. It's really cool because I got this Voxer from Stacy Kraft. I was just asking her some questions, and she's a $1 million director that lives in Indiana. And she's the queen of her seminar, and I think top 5 in the nation. Maybe even in the world as far as directors go last year. And I was asking her opinion on the trip and just some things that we could do as a unit to finish up the trip. And she was telling me, she was like, Brittany, the reasons why you want to finish the trip are endless, but let me tell you a few. And she went on to mention a bunch of different reasons. But one of the things she said was that there's a Voxer group for trip directors, and they get a lot of the inside scoop before other people because of their connections, but also because they want to hear more from top trip directors and their units. And so basically, like, you're heard more. So when we're building this national area and we're building to a trip unit, and you, Lindsay, is building to a $500,000 unit this year, and obviously already a Cadillac unit, and same for my unit, then that's where they really take your opinion even more strongly, because they know that you're doing it. They know that you're the one selling the product. You're the ones partying. So I just want to say thank you, and keep doing it. The more we do it, the more our voice is heard, the more your voice is heard specifically. So we had amazing experiences from 10 to 11:30. Absolute blast. It was really cool. And what I want to like really just draw, or I guess like hammer home to you, is that our company is full of the most amazing, even corporate staff. I know that we as a sales force are incredible, but our corporate staff is so cool. Like, she so wanted the best of the best for every single director that was there, for all the consultants. Like, they have been out in the field watching skincare classes for 2 years to make sure that they could give us the best of the best starter kit, and to make sure that they could give us the best of the best training specifically for new consultants. So look forward to some amazing changes coming up, and change is just so good because it is exciting, right? And so you definitely want to have the biggest team you can possibly have coming up into this seminar year, and onto the next seminar year, and into 2017 for sure, because you're going to be really excited about the things that are happening. Okay, so that's a little bit about what we did today. All right, I want to tell you, I am getting some amazing feedback from this mascara, and I wanted to let you know that Lindsay text messaged me and told me that today alone, she had a $500 plus day with just the new mascara. Y'all, post about it on social media. I have a script that I'm going to read to you on this. I'm going to post it on our national area page, so that way you can send that out to all of your customers via text message or phone call. And just know that those pictures are really selling the product too. So posting about it on Facebook is working for sure. And someone else had Deb Altenberger, the one out in Lima as well. She also posted yesterday and had 2 girls sell over $200 just at meeting with it. So know that this is really working. But the way we're utilizing it is we're also upselling. So people are messaging us about the mascara, and we're saying, hey, is there anything else that you need? We're going to place an order on Friday. So that way you're really pushing to upsell. And of course you can do the specials where it's like buy the mascara and get the oil-free eye makeup remover, both of which for only $30. So they're saving $3, which is really cool. But that's really just something that I would be pushing towards, is selling that new mascara. And of course, we all can order it this Friday, which is exciting. So it's, you know, a little bit before the end of the month, I would be like, hey, I'm placing an order this Friday. Let's go. Another shout out thing, Lindsay just texted me, Heather is only 8 active team members and 3,400 away from DIQ, and she's already bronze medal this month. I want to say congratulations to you, Heather. That is huge. So a script to use for this mascara-thon that I think would really work, and I just put this together, so hopefully you really like it, is, oh my goodness, Susie, so your customer's name. I'm so excited. I don't know if you've heard, but Mary Kay came out with a mascara that is better than any mascara I have ever tried, ever. My team is pushing towards a huge goal of breaking a record in the company, and I want to sell blank mascaras by Friday to help us reach that goal. Would you be willing to help me reach my goal and make history with just the purchase of one of our new Lash Intensity mascaras? It's only $18, and I have a few specials on it right now if you would like to know more. You seriously have to try this mascara. Let me know what you think. Heart. And I think that script's really going to work. You know, even if you've done a mascara-thon in the past, now is the time to do it again. Because if you were to do it again with this new mascara, you're kind of featuring a new product. And so I think you're going to get way different and more and better results from that too. So even if you've done a mascara-thon recently, with this new mascara, there's no reason on earth why you can't sell this mascara like crazy, girlfriends, which is going to be so key, because so many of you are working towards being a star consultant again this quarter. And so I know that you want to be on target for star. You want to get the prizes that you get and the recognition that you get for being on target for your star. So push to sell this mascara, and you will sell the socks off of yourself from this mascara alone. I just know it. I bet that some of you are going to finish your star with just mascara, just lash intensity mascara. And know that when you do that, you're such a huge portion of this goal. Well, I learned something else that's new that I really hope that you all can use. So we've been using the new party sheet, and I have loved that new party sheet. And something that Lindsay has been saying is in that referral piece of the new party sheet, and the referral piece is where it says 20 names and numbers. So it's the Fabulous Friends game, Fabulous Referral game. Something else that you can be doing is instead of giving away a free full-size oil-free eye makeup remover or mascara, you can give away the little deluxe minis. And that's definitely something that you can do if you would like to. However, we heard on a Voxer group recently a great way to get referrals and the right kinds of referrals that you want out of that sheet. And so what women are doing with those referrals is instead of just saying, hey, write down 20 names and numbers and you get a free mascara and a free oil-free eye makeup remover, what they're doing is they're saying, hey, I want you to think when we go into this Fabulous Referral sheet and you're thinking of friends that you would love to refer to me, I want you to think of someone who is just super happy. And list down some happy women, just happy women in your life that you think would love a free facial and makeover. And, and you kind of give them a second to list down some happy people and then say, how about we list some women who are moms, like some moms that really could love some pampering time. How about you write down some business owners or some professional women? And then let's go ahead and write down some women who are just caregivers. They take care of other people and they're kind and they love other people. And why don't we write down some of your old college friends or some old high school friends? And how about some family members who would really love? And something that we're doing with those referrals is giving those descriptive words: happy, loyal, sweet, kind, caring, high school friends, moms, teachers, nurses. Write down some of those people. And when you give those descriptive words, it's kind of cool because what you watch them do is they write down those women who are caring, kind, happy, loyal people. And so you kind of know who you're working with. And you can watch them as they're doing this. And if you're like, let's list some happy friends. Who are your friends in your life that are happy? You notice her write them. When you go to text or call that referral, you could say like, hey, Susie, this is Brittany. I'm your friend Lindsay's Mary Kay beauty consultant. I told her to write down some of her happy, sweet friends. And you were someone she listed and she's giving you the gift of. And you can give that compliment, that reason why that woman wrote down her name. And I think she's going to take that as an even bigger compliment and a better reason to book with you because that relationship's there and you've already given her that genuine, sincere compliment. Not only that, but you're working with sincere, genuine, nice, happy people, which is fun too. So you're not just getting A's, B's, C's, D's on their alphabets of their referral. Okay. So I loved that. And I thought I would share that fun little tidbit and tip with you. All right, now I'm going to get real with you a little bit. And I have two stories I kind of want to tell you at the end of this. And again, I'm not going to take long. I try not to take too long on these. But tonight I was asking Jake, I'm like, okay, what should I train on? Because sometimes it gets to the point where I'm like, I feel like I have trained. And then I'm like, okay, inspire, motivate. And to the point where I'm like, all right, what can I train on? So I asked Jake today, and it was so funny because he knew where this was headed, and go figure, he snuck out of it, little stink. I said, what should I train on? And I have this Google Hangout tonight, what should I train on? And he goes, you know what? How about you train on how to be able to finish a goal strong? And I wrote this down because I wanted to get his words. He was like, how about you train on how to be able to finish a goal strong? And what he meant by that was, not just attending all the trainings and all the Google Hangouts, but also doing weekly parties. And he was like, it's not just learning, but also, and I added this part, he said action, but also massive action. Right now, I think we have like 70-ish days left until the end of the seminar year. And your unit is working to break their own personal record. Like Lindsay's unit, y'all are working to do 500,000. You've never done 500,000 before. That's going to put you top 50 within the whole Emerald division. And then Lindsay gets to walk across stage as a representation of you. And she gets to wear a sash that represents all of your hard work and all of your accomplishments. And she gets to represent top 10 in the state of Ohio when you and her do that. In my unit, we're working on being a trip unit. And when we do that, we'll be top 3 in the state of Ohio minimally, if not more. I'll get to go to Rome, Italy, and be a part of a Voxer group that has that inside scoop. I'm going to get to go on that trip and bring back some information and some key learning pieces that like you won't hear from any other sales director. I'm going to get ideas and information, and education, and inspiration from women all across the country. I'm going to get to walk across stages, probably top 10 of the Emerald Seminar, and representing you and telling your stories, and probably training that seminar and getting to tell your stories. And you'll get to come into the room where I train, and you'll get to hear me train about you. And so, like, seriously, when he said, and I thought this was so stinking key, he was like, to him, that means not just attending all the trainings, but also doing weekly parties. It's not just learning, but also massive action. To me, all I heard when he said that was, this is application time. It's not just sit back and let us inspire you, pour into you, motivate you, educate you. Y'all, we could fall off the face of the earth, and with Silver Wing Scholar and Color Confidence and, every other amazing training that Mary Kay has in place, y'all could be amazing at this opportunity. All it takes, honestly, is just deciding that you want to book some parties and you want to apply what you've learned. And I know that you're some of the most overeducated sales force out there, because Lindsay and I do work so hard to have amazing training for you. So when Jake said that, I was like, will you do the Google Hangout? And he said no, but that's because this is all he wanted to say. He just wanted to say, simple as this is, I want you to train on how to finish a goal strong. Meaning, not just attending all the trainings, but also doing weekly parties. Not just doing 1 party a week, he said, but maybe doing 2 parties a week. Not just doing 2 parties a week, but 3 parties a week. And if you're wanting leadership the way that I know a lot of you are, doing 3 parties a week consistently, maybe 4 parties, maybe 5 parties, but it's just digging down deep and doing the work it takes. I've heard it said so many times, we're the most overeducated, underworked sales force out there, because we have more recognition, more education, more motivation, more inspiration than any other sales force out there, more support, more research done by all of our corporate staff, more support from corporate. And yet, there are still free cars that need to be given away. There are free cars with your name on the license plate, on the fun little 1 sheet of paper where you sign, like we're going to get to do when Heather Jackson picks up her car. It's waiting for you. And it's just simply a decision that you have to make. So how I also took that is how to finish a goal strong and what that means to me. And I've been working with this with just a couple of my team members. And hang on tight here, because seriously, I have 2 incredible stories you don't want to miss. When you're thinking about where you are right now, like today is the 20th, okay? So we have 10 more days left this month. And maybe at the beginning of the month, you started off, you're like, I'm going to be a book 10 achiever, and you did it. Or maybe you didn't, it's cool. But let's say you started off and you said you're going to do that and you did it. And then next thing you know, maybe some of those were like fake bookings, or they're just facials and they weren't parties. And some of them are falling off of your date book, and you're not, going out and doing the work. So you get a little bit discouraged. Well, now with 10 days left, it's one of those things where, just like I said on Monday, it's making a decision that God planted that goal in your heart and that dream in your mind at the beginning of this month. And God didn't change his mind about your goal. And so that means you shouldn't either. It's just deciding now that you're going to finish this month strong, no matter what. And I also said on one of the Voxer groups I'm a part of today, y'all, it's deciding daily, because here's the deal. As soon as you make a decision, you're going to do it for a day, 2, 3, 4. If you're really good, you're going to do it for a week. But what happens is someone in your family gets sick, or you get sick, or some unforeseen something comes up. You get a flat tire, or an extra bill comes in, or someone really wants your time at such and such. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, well, my heart was after that, and I did it for a week. I mean, wasn't that good? But then next thing you know, you set it down to the side. Y'all, here's the thing. Your one thing that we talked about in all the Google series before this is one thing that you do daily, no matter what. So for me, it's one booking a day. I get one booking a day, no matter what. And today I got 5, because it's like, no matter what, no ifs, ands, or buts, I have to do this thing. So even if Kinley were sick and I was spending all the day, in the doctor's office and taking care of her, I still can, just like Allie Ernest used to do, hide a referral sheet in my boot. And when I would go into the bathroom and start text messaging people, Michelle Cunningham used to say the same thing. Sometimes her days were so filled with so many other things that she would just keep referrals inside of her purse and then say, excuse me, and had to go to the bathroom and text them those referrals just to make sure she got her one booking a day. Y'all, you can do that same thing. It's just deciding and sticking to it. So how to finish a goal strong is now, instead of having 30 days, you have 10. But do you guys know that most of you finish goals and finish your biggest dreams and your biggest accomplishments within the last 24 hours of a month anyway? So now you have 10 days, 10 whole days, 9 kind of, tomorrow's the 21st and it's 9 o'clock at night, but 9 whole days to finish this. That's like 8 more than what you typically do most of your work in anyway. So if you take tomorrow, the 21st, and decide, I'm going to work the 21st, like it's the last day of the month and I have a deadline that I have to do this, you're going to be in a remarkable, indescribable place in your business just because you decided to finish a goal strong. How about instead of aiming for a finish line and then not hitting it because we're just aiming for that, how about we aim past that finish line? So then when we go to win that race, we're sprinting past the finish line all the way to the goal. And you hit further than you thought you would hit. Y'all, that's what I'm talking about with finishing a goal strong. Let's not just be people who get poured into constantly and never pour back out into others. Let's not just be people who sit on this Google Hangout and we're like posting on Facebook like, oh my gosh, that was so inspirational and amazing, and be in the same place the next dang week. Let's be people who take this and we apply it, because biblically, that's right. Y'all are called to so much more. And to those he calls into these positions, he expects so much more of. And that's you. He expects more of you. You're called to this. I believe it. You wouldn't be on this if that weren't the case. So take your calling, and instead of putting it all on yourself and that worry and that anxiety, instead what it is, it's saying to yourself, because he gave this dream and this desire to me, it's yours, Lord. It is yours. This national area, Lord, it's yours. This free car I'm about to earn, it's yours, Lord. You bring me the people, I'll put in the hours. When I put in the hours, I know you'll bless the effort. And that's what we need to do. That's all that it takes to finish a goal strong. So just like Jake said, it's not just attending all the trainings, it's applying, it's doing the parties, it's the massive action. And we are calling you to massive action. We need people who are ready to take massive action. And I hope that's going to be you, because we need you. April, May, June, y'all, we need you. We're talking not just doubling our unit sizes, but tripling them and more, because we know we're sent here on earth to make a huge difference. Okay, 2 of my stories here. I'm going to tell you one story that knocked my socks off. This is about a baseball player. His name's Adam LaRoche. You might have heard of him before. And he quit baseball, okay? And it tells a lot about him. He was like a Golden Glove winner. He was this huge, amazing baseball player, right? Well, what happened was he was taking his son to his practices on a daily basis, I think. And then he decided to quit playing baseball because they told him he couldn't bring his son to practices anymore. And so I'm going to read a little bit of this to you because I think it's going to knock your socks off. Adam, who has a very close relationship with his 14-year-old son, Drake, saw only one option: walk away from his $13 million deal with the White Sox and retire from Major League Baseball. That was the story the White Sox were told, and for the most part, everyone believed it. LaRoche made the following announcement to his team after being informed of the club's new policy in regards to children being around the locker room. I am choosing my son over you guys. I cannot tell you how much I hate that I'm even having to make this decision and how much it crushes me to feel like I could be leaving you guys hanging. That seems pretty straightforward until you take a deeper look at Adam LaRoche's life. He has never been one to conform to societal norms. For better or worse, Adam says he isn't as concerned with his kids' grades, choosing to focus on how are they treating their classmates and how are they treating the teacher. That's just a glimpse into what Adam values as important. Over the years, many things have come in and taken priority over baseball, including family and faith. Many aren't aware, but LaRoche has a lot going on outside of baseball. He's one of the co-owners of Outdoor Network's Buck Commander, along with former teammate Chipper Jones and Willie Robertson of Duck Dynasty, and a host of other ball players, celebrities, but that's not even close to the most interesting thing LaRoche does in his free time. He also runs a cattle ranch. This was recently reported by ESPN's Tim Someone, and it might give some insight into the real reason for LaRoche's retirement. LaRoche, along with Brewers pitcher Blaine Boyer, spent 10 days in November in Southeast Asian brothels, wearing a hidden camera and doing undercover work to help rescue underage sex slaves. All of which raises a question. After 12 years in the big leagues, the endless days and nights in dugouts and clubhouses, how did LaRoche's nearly cinematic level of nonconformity escape detection? Working through a nonprofit called the Exodus Road, LaRoche and Boyer conducted surveillance in brothels and tried to determine the age of the girls, known only by numbers pinned to bikinis, and identified their bosses. Something huge happened there for us. Boyer says you can't explain it, can't put your finger on it. If you make a wrong move, you're getting tossed off a building. We were in deep, man, but that's the way it needed to be done. Adam and I truly believe God brought us there and said, this is what I have for you boys. That's right. Last fall, LaRoche, along with fellow big leaguer Blaine Boyer, went undercover in Southeast Asia to rescue underage sex slaves from local brothels. Let that sink in for a minute. A pair of white professional athletes went undercover in an effort to rescue children from sex slavery. How many of you would step away from $13 million? Most people would have a difficult time doing that, but Adam LaRoche isn't like most people. While it was assumed that he retired because of reasons stemming from his son not being allowed in the clubhouse, this new information throws a wrinkle into that theory. When asked if he would attempt to recoup the $13 million he was set to make in 2016, Adam stated plainly, no, I did it. I made the final decision. Clearly, money isn't the motivating factor for LaRoche. I think that's how you say it. So I want to say something to you. A guy making $13 million a year, okay? I don't even know if that's right, I might have 14, whatever. Quits because he wants to make a bigger difference. Because his faith and his family were more important to him than the money. Y'all, most women in Mary Kay do and stay in Mary Kay because it's more to them than the money. We have the ability to offer women who are in this same situation, who it's more to them than the money. The ability to have faith, the ability to have family, the ability to not only have both those things in line, but also the money, y'all. We have an opportunity that is out of this world amazing. Things that are unheard of, where most people have to compromise either family and faith and their beliefs and the things that they want to do outside of their job for the money. Or they have to give up the money completely in order to have the faith in the family. In Mary Kay, we have the best gift that we don't have to be like Adam and quit jobs to have happiness. But we can have those together with a company that has faith first, family second, and career third. You have a gift that is this opportunity to offer women. It is the best thing you could give to anyone, ever. Someone walks away from $13 million. Most people nowadays are more like Adam. They want happiness. They want faith. They want their beliefs to come first. And they are doing things more for the heart, for their family, and for their why than they are for the money. And we have that to offer. I hope that just resonates with you as much as it does me. And I want to close you with one more thing. We're right on time, so this is good. I'm going to read this to you too. This is one of my favorite things I've ever been sent in Mary Kay, and I heard this, and I read it almost every year to y'all because it really is exactly what I want to say when I want to say it. And so this is April. And can you believe that we're fewer than 70 days away from the completion of our biggest and best seminar year ever? And this, by the way, is by Sean Key. I absolutely love this time of year because this is when character is revealed. Perseverance and resiliency are tested. Attitudes are formed. Victories are won, and queens are crowned. This is when we find out who makes promises and who keeps promises. That's exactly what Jake was talking about. Instead of just talking it, they walk it. This is what I like to call championship season. During championship season, the called, the committed, the courageous, and the convicted will take their energy and efforts to new heights. Records will be set and broken. Belief barriers will be raised. And those who are contributing to the miracles that are happening at this very moment will be forever changed. Lessons of what works and what does not work will be permanently ingrained into the heads of the risk takers. Many will be working to finish a goal, while others will be working to get a head start towards next year's goal. This is when the champions bring their game to the business, regardless of what has happened in the months before. It's peak performance time, and independent beauty consultants and independent beauty sales directors are re-energized by hope, pride, purpose, and the unconditional love and support that you provide. This is Mary Kay at its best. I've studied champions for many years, and I want to share the 10 qualities that I found to be consistent among them. 1, the victory is won in their head and their heart before the work is done. 2, champions know the they know the rules of the game, and they're willing to play better than they've ever played before. Champions believe the risk of this victory is worth more than the disappointment of failure. 4, champions have champion mentors. 5, champions know there's nothing more powerful than a winning attitude. 6, champions are motivated by their dream, but they are made by their routine. I'm repeating that. Champions are motivated by their dream, but they are made by their routine. Champions focus on maximizing their strengths, not protecting their weaknesses. Champions have unquestionable integrity. Champions are extra milers. They don't just do enough to get by, they do the and then some. And number 10, champions never, underlined, give up. I'd like to elaborate a little further on a couple points. Take number 1, for instance. The victory is won in their head and heart before the work is done. Over the years, I've seen many sales directors miss a goal simply because they never believed they could achieve it. These sales directors and beauty consultants said all the right things to others, but they hadn't convinced themselves that they deserved the victory, or they simply weren't willing to put forth the effort needed to achieve the goal. On the other hand, when a sales director or consultant has made a non-negotiable decision that she's going to achieve a goal, not only does she feel it in her heart, she demonstrates her passion for success in everything she does. Someone once said, when the passion is big enough, the facts don't matter. Those are the words of true champion. Champions have champion mentors. A champion mentor is the only person who can stretch an average dream into a great one. Mary Kay Ash was our champion mentor, and she breathed belief into champions for nearly 40 years. Do you remember the shy, meek, scared young woman who broke through her fears and became a top independent national sales director? What about the one who was just looking for a few extra dollars to supplement her family's income and is now a Mary Kay multimillionaire? Finally, do you recall the one who wasn't sure if her check for the showcase would clear? She got off to a less than powerful start, but now enjoys the lifestyle of the rich and famous. I could go on for days about the uncommon champions that have been nurtured through the love and support of our champion mentor, Mary Kay Ash. Now, more than ever, you're the champion mentor that your team members turn to for encouragement and leadership. It's your breath that breathes hope and belief into their dreams. You never know when a phone call from you is going to make a difference between someone deciding to take a chance rather than giving up. Which brings me to the next point. Champions never give up. Champions are champions because they try, they keep going, and they finish. At Career Conference, Independent Senior National Sales Director Wanda Dalby talked about 3 types of people: the climber, the camper, and the quitter. The climber is the find a way, make a way kind of leader who refuses to give up or to give in until the victory is won. The camper is a starter, but not a finisher. She's interested in sameness, not success. The camper is so busy protecting what she has, she misses out on countless opportunities to have more. The quitter, well, that's self-explanatory. Of all the champions I know, I've never known any of them to be happy with the status quo or to give up before accomplishing their goal. In these last few weeks of the seminar year, I want to remind you of a question we'll ask ourselves over and over again for the rest of our lives. What would Mary Kay do? The question often is asked when we're facing a crisis or an ethical decision, but I think it's appropriate to ask us when we're facing the decision of stretching for a personal goal or helping a team, unit, or area achieve a goal. What would Mary Kay Ash do? I think Mary Kay would weigh the cost, the time away from family, the emotional and physical commitment required to do the work, consider the rewards, a walk across the stage, a diamond ring or B, the satisfaction of accomplishing the goal. Engage the family in the decision. It's not success if you lose your family in the process. Sorry, excuse me. And consult with someone who's already achieved success. It's the winners, not the whiners, who can help you achieve excellence. Work like everything depended on her, and pray like everything depended on God. Y'all, that's what we're here to do. Work like everything depends on us, and pray like it all depends on God. I'm calling out the champions. You are one of them. Will you step up to excellence these last few months of the seminar year? I hope you will. Make tonight great. Bye-bye.